Their heads are too big, in my opinion.
That's what babies look like.
Babies do not look like giant head mode on 007. Hey guys, Alex here, as usual, and we are out at my new project, which I'm temporarily calling Sand Castles in the Sky. I don't know where I got that name from, but it's something that I feel like I've heard before, but it's feel like a joke. It'll have a much nicer name, hopefully. I'm not actually recording this commentary live. This is after I recorded, but my audio got messed up. I installed I got a webcam and I used it for when we were, video chatting with some of the people from the server, and apparently the webcam has a microphone on it, and I recorded all this footage, and for some reason it overwrote the mic. Anyways, but as you can see with the project, there's one giant pillar here, and then another side pillar. And there is going to be 3 more pillars around it, so you have 4 total of the small pillars. You can kind of see them there. I'm showing them off now. That'll go up. The height is going to be about 64 blocks high for the pillars, and at the top of the pillars there will be a large platform. And then there will be spires going up on top of the platform and another further platform above. It's a very large project. It's going to be a total of 128 blocks tall. And it's just, yeah, it's going to be a very large project, and 1.3 won't come out for a month, so I think we've got plenty of time before any of that needs to happen. Well, I don't even know why I said before any of that needs to happen. Before we get a new map, and we're not resetting the map, and I will explain more on that later in the video. So to change the subject a little bit, I want to talk about what today is. And today is the 4th of July, our nation's birthday. Yay! It's a holiday that comes around every year that everyone always celebrates. It's a fairly young holiday compared to some of the other big ones. So you've got Christmas and Easter and stuff, which are being celebrated for, thousands of years. And, 4th of July is only specific to the U.S., and it's only it's been celebrated for only a couple hundred years. And I think a lot of people take it for granted. That the 4th of July is, the birth of our nation is a very important thing because, America is what has been called, I don't know if this is necessarily true today, maybe foreign countries still think it is true, but it's been called, kind of the promised land, like manifest destiny, like all that crap. It's where everyone immigrates to because of the freedom. We have freedom, and that's what the Declaration of Independence was, and that's why, and that was signed on, July 4th. So it's a pretty big deal. Our country broke free from Britain, which, if any of you are big Futurama fans, you might have seen the episode where they go back in time and they change the course of history so that America never declares its independence and they're all British. It's pretty entertaining, but nonetheless, nothing against the Brits. It's just, we're our own country, and being able to do that is a very important thing. And not just that, but it also signifies what we're about in this country. Like I said, freedom is a huge deal. I often joke around and I say Merica all the time, and that's just to make fun of those people that are a little bit too prideful, that think we're the greatest country in the world, when it's not really about being the greatest country in the world. It's about just, having freedom and being happy and having a good country that you can be proud of, don't get me wrong, but just not to the point where you think yours is better than everyone else. And the same goes for any people. There's Corleone running around like a doofus. Same goes for people. You know, if you think you're better than someone, then that's not just way of thinking. Whether it's true or not, it's something that isn't judged by you. And whether you believe in God or not, you should still be able to agree that people shouldn't be allowed to make those judgments. And I have totally gone off on a tangent. But the 4th of July is great. You get to grill out, you get to be outside, you get to see family, you get to do lots of stuff that's, important to celebrating the birth of our country. But it's really about, the fact that we are free, and it's a great thing. And remember that every time the 4th of July rolls around. Remember that even though you didn't really have a choice and you were born in this country, unless you are an immigrant, then you need to not take it for granted. But I guess that's all I have to say on the 4th of July. I think it's an awesome holiday, and later today I'll be going outside and grilling and doing a bunch of stuff with some friends and whatnot. So, but I wanted to get this video out today to show you, or to show you a bit of my project, Sandcastles in the Sky. I need lots and lots of sand for it. So, as you can see, I'm fairly low on sandstone, but I need lots of sand for it. I'm particularly not fond of sand generators myself, as in I will never use them myself. But if someone wants to donate some sand, I'm not going to ask where it came from, if you know what I mean. So, there's that. And then what we're going to do now is we're going to go take a look at another village and give that a little tour, and then we'll come back here and I'll give you the deets on our 1.3 plan. Alright, so we are out at Lakeview Suites, and we're going to check it out. I saw this project not too long ago, and well, I guess it was quite a while ago, and it was pretty new for the most part. I was just getting underway, so I thought I'd come out and check out and see what kind of progress they've made out here. So this is pretty much it. You got a couple places over there, and then you've got this main Lakeview Suites, what do you call it, lodge or concierge area. Nope, that was not the right word. You can see here, I forget who started this, but this is their place. Obviously nothing is labeled, so I don't feel bad for not giving you proper attribution. But this is pretty cool. I do like that this is built into the side of a mountain. I had started a project like this when I was in an old single player world a long time ago, before there was mountain biomes, and I tried to build into the side of a mountain, and it ended up not working as well as I had hoped, and I had ended up giving up on the project. But so we're gonna come up here and look at the top of the mountain, it seems like. How the hell do I get down there? I remember having an issue with trying to figure out how to get down there, and then boom, I saw the staircase. Again, this is not recorded live, so it's gonna be a little bit awkward for me to try to fill in the spots where I was just talking about nothing or was being a doofus or anything like that. But I remember that I liked the stairs a lot, or the steps like down. This must be a community mine or something. The stairs down, but it seems like maybe not the hardest thing to do, but it also seems challenging to put all the stair blocks on the side like there were. I like this gazebo thing in the middle here, and I really like how the paths from all the places come out to the middle of it, and that they like raise off the water. And the pumpkins under the water is pretty damn cool too. So we'll go over here and check this out. Oh, look at all the torches on the mountain. There's a lot of torches, which I'm sure looks better at night, but I think we're here at night a little bit later too. But we go over here, and Geek Life and Tara's Petting Zoo. And here we have, you have oppressed the server for far too long, and so we have taken action. If you want your diamonds, you will need to meet our requests, or just follow the blue wool to the chest with them. We're not very creative. I thought that was pretty entertaining. I don't think this has been discovered yet, and I don't think it's really a prank. But I'm going to show it off either way because from what I can tell... Oh, I tried to see if there was anything under the blue wool here. From what I can tell, this has been sitting here for quite a while, and no one has really acknowledged what's going on. Here you can see Sweet Bee, and it's clearly unfinished, so we get the hell out of here. And then here we have some more signs that say, Tara has boobs. I don't believe you. No, I've seen them. Heh, boobs. Yeah, real. I love that the people are setting a very good example of how mature we are on this server. I like the kitchen. I don't like that the button doesn't do anything. You gotta rig up like some sort of dispenser that punches out food or something like that. I like the upstairs here. I tried to jump over the railing and then the glass blocks me, so I get frustrated and leave. Fuck this place. So then I see the blue wool here, and I'm like, oh shit. Here's the blue wool. Should we follow it? Sure, let's follow it. I like how I'm paraphrasing myself. This is weird. I've never done post commentary before, so I'm very sorry to everyone who thinks that this is just absolute shit. But we follow the blue wool. I was hoping it wasn't going to be too long of a trek, but turns out it's pretty quick. I cheat here, and I don't go through the cavern, so I hope there was nothing in there. But right there, landed right at the spot. Dig here. So we dig down, and look at what we find. Look at all that diamond. Damn, it's a lot of diamond. So that was kind of interesting. See. Like I said, I wasn't sure if I was going to cut this out, but I am going to leave it in. If I spoiled it for Geek, which I assume is the subject in this person who got their diamonds taken from them, then Geek, you know what? You can just get the full experience by watching this video. Another thing with doing post commentaries, there's not going to be any game sounds because I was all talking during this, and that's all melded together. So I need to, I can't just get rid of my voice. So no game sounds for you guys. Sorry about that. But we come back. You can kind of see now for a little bit there. I flashed the camera, but you can see that the torches on the mountainside make everything lit up and glow very well. So it's pretty neat looking. They've got plenty of melons, as you can see, which I didn't know stepping on those pressure plates would activate everything. I thought this was actually a hut, like a little house for someone. And it turns out it was just a melon farm, and then I thought this was a house too. However, it is a wheat farm. It looks like a pretty nice one. They have a lot of wheat, as you can see. And then I thought I activated it, but I didn't. You must have to have those levers there flipped, or I'm betting each one controls each side, so you can only harvest half if you want. Which to me is like, why? But then I can see if someone didn't want to have to replant the whole farm, then they'd only have to replant half. You can see it's a dual level farm, and I don't know. I like the one in New Atlantis a lot, and I think I've showed that before. How it's like a skyscraper, but all the wheat drops on you like almost instantly. That's why I like it the most. Because of the time you're spent sitting there waiting for all the wheat to be collected, which I guess you don't have to sit there and wait. You can come back and gather it. And then I see the waterfall here, and I try to see if you can swim up into the lodge or whatever from it, and it looks like you can, which is pretty freaking awesome. I like that little hidden feature. If I would have known that was there, I would have gone down that way. But the discovery is nice. So that's it for this village. I hope I liked it. I hope it gets a little bit more done to it. I don't think I've seen anyone out here for a really long time, but I mean, it seems like it has some good potential. But we're going to run back to the Sandcastles in the Sky project, and we'll take a look at what's going on there, and I'll give you a little bit of an update on 1.3. Alright, so we're back. So I remember this segment here was about 15 minutes long, and I talked about 1.3, and it was, some ramblings, so this will probably be cut down from the footage, but it is just boring footage. It's just me building this one pillar. So I will talk about what our server plan is from 1.3 and my thoughts on a couple of things on that, and then we'll cut the video short. But 1.3 is coming out August 1st. At least that's what Jeb and Dinnerbone said, which is almost a month away. I know a lot of people were expecting it like this week or next week, and then they were like, oh, it'll be a month, by the way, which is a long time, especially when it feels like they have all their features pretty much wrapped up. But so it's almost a good thing. Initially I was like, oh man, I wish it was sooner, but I think it's a better thing because I know right now on the server we've got a lot of active projects going on, and I know people want to finish those before 1.3 comes out so they can go on to do new and exciting things. And I think 1.3 is going to be a very nice update, a very big update, lots and lots of cool features. Not a lot in terms of terrain generation, except for like the desert pyramid things, and then like the jungle ruins that generate. Those will be pretty cool. But I don't think that'll be a big issue for us. Most of the features are stuff like, water and lava coming out of dispensers in the form of a lava or water stream, not just the dispenser shooting out the bucket. But anyway, so here's our plan from 1.3, and this is a tentative plan. Nothing is final. We're still working out the kinks. But when 1.3 comes out, we gotta wait for Bucket to update. That's kind of a common known thing if you're familiar with if you've been on the server since updates been happening. And then once Bucket updates, then we're able to start making some moves. We'll have to wait for some plugins to update, but the plan is to create another world, brand new world, with a new name. We're going to actually start naming the worlds now because we're going to be doing them in succession. And the new world will not replace our current one. It will be in addition to all of our worlds via a multiverse portal. It will be in our Nether hub, and there will be just that portal will take you to the new world. The new world, I know that there's been some issues with the multiverse and each world having their own Nether we just don't want to conflict it, so the Nether might not be available right away, but it will be very soon after release, if not right away. And then what's going to happen is, it'll just be a separate map. It'll be completely different. All your inventory will not transfer. It will be like a brand new world. The only downside, I guess, really to it is that you have to go to one central location, as in the Nether hub, to get to this new world. So that's the plan with that. And then we're going to be keeping this world as our main world. And that means that when you log into the server for the first time, you log in at this spawn, at this world spawn. And then once we get 90% of our players playing in the new worlds pretty much exclusively, that's when we will change it so that is the main world. And when we swap them out, all that means is that when you log in for the first time, you'll be at the new world spawn and not this one. This world will still be active in the multiverse, so you can still come here. It'll just be a little bit tougher. And you'll be able to play. Only when we get to the day when absolutely zero people want to play on this current map, then that's when we will freeze it and turn it into a museum world. Meaning you'll be able to fly around, you'll be able to check out stuff, but you won't be able to edit any blocks at all. And then we'll also make it available for download on the website. So if you do really want to finish project or something or change blocks, then you're more than welcome to via download. So the other thing about 1.3 and about this new map that I want to talk about is a central hub, overworld and underworld. Overworld and nether. Our current system is we have a nether hub, which has our shared inventory, which a lot of people use, and that's a great thing. I know a lot of people don't use it either, but they're not hurting anyone. And it's got our rail station, and then all of our hallways connect right up to it. And then we've got our portal there, and that portal goes to New Atlantis. That portal is I'm just going to call the central portal from now on. And when I talk about the central portal, that means either in the nether it's the central one, or in the overworld it's the central one, because they're linked up. It's synced up. So that central portal goes to New Atlantis, and New Atlantis is a great city, and we were thinking about moving it over, but at the same time it has a lot of flaws. The two main designers, myself and Edmund, are kind of spent. We're kind of tired of it. It's also too big. There's not enough there's way more space than we needed, and the only way to really fill that space would be to, let's say, open it up to the people that build houses on it, which I'm not really fond of. I wanted it to more be a city of large proportions and be a farming city. And for the most part, it has served its purpose, but it might be time to just move on with it. We were thinking of moving New Atlantis over to the new map and having the central portal be at that again. And for reasons why, I'll explain in a bit, but I think we're leaning against that, actually. And trying to start something new and better than New Atlantis was. And the reason why we want the central hub in a place like that is we can't let people build around the central portal in the overworld. We just can't, because what happens is what happened on our last map, if you were around for that. And that was... there was a town called Kofa and Kofa was at the central portal, and everyone wanted to build there because it was convenient. It was the closest to the portal. Because everyone wants to build there, you just get too many houses, it gets too cluttered, the quality wasn't very good, the village didn't really have a theme. I mean, it did, but it just wasn't a good one. And it got too big for its own good, and you have lots and lots of houses of people that don't play anymore, or you have it was a mess, in my opinion, and it wasn't very attractive. It was the biggest village on our server, and it didn't even look good. And that is disappointing to me, because we very much value the high quality builds on the server, where there's a lot of talented builders, and we want to keep it that way. So we want to avoid that flock of people around the central portal, so that other villages so they don't get left in the dust. We want people to choose a village that's best for them. And we really don't want people to build out in the middle of nowhere by themselves. Why are you even playing multiplayer if that's what you're going to do? You want to show off your build in a village or near a village. Pick a theme that best fits your building style, and if you really consider yourself to be an adverse builder, then build in multiple villages and do multiple homes. But anyway, what we want to do in the new one around our central portal is something along the lines of a new transportation system, a new overworld hub of sorts, somewhat similar to New Atlantis, but not quite. New Atlantis is known as a very it's a very central place to do a lot of stuff. I think whether we have a bunch of farms at this new area around the central portal or not is yet to be determined, but I think for sure we want to have a very good transportation system put in place. So that means an overworld rail station, as well as a road system that links all the villages together. That's a huge deal, and that'll be kind of tough because the new world will be large biomes. I don't know if I already said that or not, and they're huge, by the way, guys. They're so huge. But we're going to do that, and hopefully you've got... we can make it easily so that no one can build around it. Maybe we can build some apartment buildings similar to New Atlantis, but we don't want to have it turn into a large spread out village or city or whatever, where everyone builds their home there to leave other villages in neglect. So that's the plan. I'm trying to think if there's anything else I should mention about the 1.3 plan, but it seems to be like it's going to be an awesome update. If we can follow some guidelines that we're going to work out in the next in the coming 2-3 weeks before 1.3 comes out, then it's going to be a really great map, and it's going to look really good, and it's going to have awesome transportation, and everything is going to be interconnected, and it will be a gorgeous map, especially with the large biomes. So if you're not on the server and you're excited for that, go ahead and feel free to apply. There's a link down below for that. If you are on the server, be sure to check out all the stuff, the news we post, all the stuff on our Pig Plaza forums and all that, because getting feedback from you guys is the most important thing to us. And without it, we're gonna mess up a bit, because we might make decisions that the community doesn't want or whatnot. So please give us as much feedback as you can on all this stuff, and we'll try to make things happen. So I think that's it for me then. That's all I can remember to talk about. So until next time, guys, we'll catch you later. Their heads are too big, in my opinion.
That's what babies look like.
Babies do not look like giant head mode on 007.